Welcome back to it's a very special episode of the Scoop Around the Loop because today, not only do we have a special guest, which we will get to here in a little bit, it is also us celebrating the 4th of July. We are going to be in the parade tomorrow, and then, of course, we'll be celebrating our nation's independence all weekend and everything like that. So, not a whole lot of real estate this episode, just 4th of July. We got Andrew here with us with a special guest. Do you want to introduce her?
Yeah, this is my little tiny baby girl turning 9 in a weekish. This is Maisie Springer.
Do you ever just feel super old when you say your kids' ages?
Yeah, I have a son that's going to be 17. I have another daughter that's going to be 15. So, yeah. Yeah, this is Maisie. We're hanging out this afternoon. And I thought, why not? Why not get her on the podcast? Reach a younger audience, you know?
Yeah, if they're getting close to having phones, they could subscribe to the pod and leave us good ratings. So that's a good idea there, Andrew. Brady, we got Brady here today too. Brady, how has your week been? How was your vacation?
Week has been good. I just got back from Fort Myers, Florida for a family reunion. It was fun. The beach was nice, but it actually was a little bit cooler there than it was here during that week. Not much, but it was weird, but it was a good time.
Was it
more? Wait, what side of Florida is Fort Myers on?
The west
side. So was it less humid than Iowa is currently here?
Probably not.
So it's on the Gulf of America side.
Gulf of America.
There was a lot of Gulf of America shirts there.
We can always count on Trump for some good merch. So we have all 4th of July related questions. And I say we just get right into it, have a quick episode, have some fun, and maybe get some people engaged in the comments. I already see that we have 5 people watching. So if you have any 4th of July related questions, leave them in the comments. We'll answer those too.
Or comments. You want to weigh in on what could be controversial answers.
Let's start off with one that I feel like should be pretty easy. I think. Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Braid, what do you got?
I'm taking cheeseburgers.
Okay.
Little. I like hamburgers because you can put all the fixings on them a little easier. What do you think, Maisie? What is your favorite? You like the hot dogs, huh?
I'm gonna go hamburgers. Like you said, I actually don't know if I would go with the fixing arguments because you can get a good Chicago dog too, but that's not at that point it becomes a totally different thing than just a regular hot dog. But if the hamburger is cooked properly, I was gonna say well, but that's not how I like a hamburger done. I don't like them well done. If it's cooked, if it's cooked properly, it is a lot better than a hot dog.
Do you like a normal burger or are you a smash burger type of guy?
There's not a lot of people that make what I would call that tavern burger anymore, that thicker patty. I like those better than the smash burgers. I get why smash burgers are really popular right now, though. Mm-hmm. They're a lot faster to make, and there's less of a room for error. What about you, Brady?
I'm not picky. It's a burger. I'm going to eat it.
Okay.
I will say also it depends on what kind of hot dogs. If it's the pork, the super cheap ones, nah. If it's the beef ones, like Sam's Club has big giant beef hot dogs. Are
you insulting Costco right now? You mentioned Sam's Club's hot dogs before Costco's?
I mean, Costco doesn't have the big giant hot dogs like Sam's does. All beef, like delicious. Costco has beef hot dogs, but not big ones. And so I think that makes a difference. Maisie and I have been to Ted's Coney Island, where they have.
I haven't been to Ted's Coney Island in a long time.
Yeah, great hot dogs. That was fun, wasn't it? Remember going there? You and I went to Ted's Coney Island. She doesn't remember.
Maisie, what all do you put on your hot dog?
Mostly just ketchup and cheese.
Ketchup, cheese. All right. Yeah, that's a good solid combo. All right, let's start with Andrew on this one. Best 4th of July movie.
The only one I can think of is like Independence Day.
Do war movies count, or does it have to be one specifically about?
I mean, if we're talking, war movies, because America's great, all that stuff. Black Hawk Down's by far my favorite movie ever.
Saving Private Ryan.
Okay, that can be yours.
Brady, what do you got?
No.
I guess it's not really 4th of July related, but what comes to mind for me is Sandlot when they're playing and all the fireworks are going on.
Oh yeah,
That's 4th of July related.
I think that's the only right answer, honestly. But
Okay.
It was cool last year too. When I was still playing, we had a game where I can't remember who we were playing, but there were fireworks going off in the back. It was dark. Second game of the day. It was really cool. So, yeah.
I'm going to go not really a 4th of July movie, but kind of American Pride. I'm going to go Miracle.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
We're kind of straight up American movies.
Like American Pride, USA, number one.
Top Gun, Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Up there.
Great choices. Great choices. Let's go with, do you guys have a favorite memory from the 4th of July? Brady, what do you got?
I would say when we were younger, we would get together at my aunt's house. She lives right by Centennial Park, so we had a really good view of that fireworks show. And I remember just all the cousins getting together. They had a little swing set, and we all went up top, threw a blanket down, just laid down and watched the fireworks. So it was really cool. We'd go over there, do sparklers, burgers, hot dogs, all that, all the 4th of July type of stuff. But then, yeah, I think that's got to be it for me.
Maisie?
I like swimming at our grandma's house and watching the fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
At my mom's house, mom and dad's house. She said
It's great to be able to watch fireworks from a pool. It was a great experience.
Before Maisie was born, we had a townhome down in Norwalk. I think we talked about this last week, actually.
Mm-hmm.
We used to host our family there, just everybody coming down in the afternoon, nighttime, see just a massive show right from our yard. That was fun. I always remember going to Des Moines Golf and Country Club when we were little. Our grandparents would save us seats, and they have fireworks. It was always a big party. But now I guess you can't even save seats, and you can they're really restrictive on how many people go in there. But that was always fun growing up. Yeah. How about you?
The Norwalk mention, I will throw this out here too. I don't know if it's the same way now because I can't think of anything that would ruin this now. Norwalk is kind of an underrated spot. If you have a clear view, you can also see a lot of fireworks like that are going around in the metro too. Because where my dad used to live,
you can see Principal Park too.
Where my dad used to live, we'd be able to see Norwalks and Principal Parks. And I forget what other show. There was another one we'd be able to see from my dad's house in Cumming. So Norwalk was that's actually a pretty good memory.
Probably maybe West Des Moines.
It was probably West Des Moines.
Because it's in Raccoon River Park.
That was a good memory. My dad also has a friend that's also now his boss, Jonas Hildreth, who used to live right on the corner of Cherry and North Street in Norwalk. So that was actually the start and the end of the parade. So we would always have grill outs and hang out basically all day at his house on the 4th. And it was always just a great time. I remember that we did that 2 or 3 years in a row.
Our friends, the Mesa Makers in Norwalk, they and I sold them the house on South and Cherry. So they're right at the beginning of the Norwalk parade. And so we would go down there and walk right up because they'd save us a seat. That was fun. We did that a few years.
If they're right there too, they probably have a decent sized yard too, don't they?
Huge.
Yeah. I was going to say all of those lots are pretty big right along Cherry there too. And Norwalk's parade normally doesn't get too crazy, but it's a fun one if you got a good view of it. So it's a pretty good one.
It's a pretty small route too. I think it's a little bigger this year, but it's a pretty condensed area and
Like
and
a mile and a half, I think.
yeah, and so there's usually a pretty good candy haul that you can get there.
Especially if you are at the beginning or the end. So
At the end, they're trying to like get rid of it all. The beginning, they're not pacing themselves yet.
yeah. We know from experience as people that have been in parades that sometimes it's hard to pace yourself with candy. So best 4th of July song.
God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood.
Does it change your mind about that song at all that he has one that's about Canada as well?
I didn't know that. God Bless the Canadians.
I think it's called God Bless Canada.
I'll have to listen to it. I remember listening, my mom driving us to my grandma's house when we were little, like it was like 5 years old, 6 years old. The Desert Storm was going on and all that stuff. So we would just listen to that song on a repeat in the car. What were you going to say? Sure. She doesn't have a 4th of July song, but she just likes to dance. What's your favorite song right now?
Your Way's Better.
By Forrest Frank.
Oh yeah, I know that song.
Dance. Like when that song comes on our playlist tomorrow, her and her cousins are going to do the dance for us.
So Lee Greenwood does have a song called God Bless You Canada, and it is the same exact melody as God Bless the USA. So
Yeah, that's kind of irritating.
Brady, do you have a 4th of July song?
I mean, I think there are definitely some obvious choices like Born in the USA and stuff like that. Sneaky pick. It's just a very American song, Drink a Beer by Ray Scott. Great one for the 4th of July. I would recommend adding it to the playlist.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Just for everyone listening, I did ask the team what's some songs you want on that playlist. And we're gonna
go Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus.
Oh, that's a great one. I should have said that. Oh my gosh.
I like Born in the USA. I like Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, because that came out when I was, in high school-ish.
I'm trying to think of some other ones.
The Star Spangled Banner, you can't go wrong with that. That gets me every time.
Yeah. I'm blanking. All I could think of was Party in the USA the whole time. So
the thing I think the U.S. has the best national anthem, and I think the thing that other countries are missing is they don't talk about the USA in their anthem at all. And I think if they talked about America a little more, they might get a little more fans.
Canada's national anthem's not that bad. Oh, Canada's not. It's got a little bit of a ring to it.
Kind of where it ends, like "Oh Canada." I forget what's after it.
I don't know if I can tell you other than Canada's and USA's. I don't know. Yeah.
You know the national anthem?
Yeah.
Oh, say, can you see?
Mhm.
She knows it.
All right. Let's start with Brady on this one. What president, dead or alive, would be the best at a barbecue?
To see how that Waukee public school education taught you about presidents.
Well, immediately what comes to mind is Donald Trump, current president of the United States.
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like he is a very, he'd be a great guy to talk to, I feel like.
I've heard one-on-one he is like the best guy.
Like definitely could keep the conversation going.
Every person that's met him
funny.
one-on-one is just like that was like the best experience I've ever had.
Like even Bill Maher said that. But like they make, when he visited the White House, and they're like, why can't this Donald Trump be the one that the media puts out? Like he just wants, I understand why he's confrontational at times, but like, why do you have to be confrontational all the time?
Yeah.
I don't know how wild he would be, if he shows up in a suit, would he be that fun? I bet Abe Lincoln was a riot. Teddy Roosevelt.
I was going to say Teddy Roosevelt.
He would have been something else. Ronald Reagan. I think he tells great jokes. I bet Barack Obama is probably fun. I think
No love for George W.
Maybe he'd probably be fun too. I mean, along the same line as Reagan, But I'm trying to think. Probably George Washington. I bet he was. I bet he'd be pretty fun. What do you think? It'd be interesting to know, like, if they came back and they're George Washington, like, all right, and we go to like a 4th of July bar. It goes to like a 4th of July barbecue. Be like, what the heck? What is this?
Yeah, I want George Washington to come back, and I want to give him like the weirdest food possible. Like, I want to give him like one of those bratwursts that has cheddar already on the inside of it.
Yeah, I wonder,
like
those old timey presidents, like if they would spit out our food.
Yeah,
this is gross. It's like.
This is so processed. All it tastes is sugar.
I have a question. So on the topic of presidents, and Donald Trump is a big McDonald's hamburger type of guy. And for the gamblers in the chat that are watching this, do you think Donald Trump would eat over or under 3.5 burgers at 4.5 burgers at 4th of July? Over.
I don't know much about his.
She says yes. He'll eat more. He'd eat more than that.
Does he actually eat a lot? I thought I know he eats McDonald's, but like, does he eat like quantity wise? Has anyone ever seen him order a lot?
Suggest he eats a lot.
Okay.
I'm smashing the over personally.
I'm gonna go under.
He's
for the whole day though.
Oh,
supposedly he's never had a drop of alcohol. Neither of his kids.
So he's got to make up for it in burgers.
So yeah, I don't know, like, if he, if he would eat, if he would come to my house and it's just me and Don, I bet he would do it. I bet if there's a lot of people around, he wouldn't eat anything.
The real question for the chat.
So Donnie's smashing the burgers in silence. He doesn't want people to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
The real question for the chat is, if we put the timer up, can Brady get a 4th of what Joey Chestnut's going to eat in hot dogs on the 4th?
Oh my, dude, he houses hot dogs. I don't think so. What did he get? Didn't he get like 53 last year?
His record is 75.
Does he just break the record every year?
He doesn't break the record every year. He's been in it. This is going to be his 20th time. He's won 17, and the record he has done is 75 in 10 minutes. So, but really quick, Teddy Roosevelt fought in a lot of wars. Be really cool to hear him talk about stuff like that. Really personable guy. He also underratedly is the one that made football where it's at today. So got to give him credit for that too. So
he was a big game hunter. So I bet he would bring some of the most exotic meats to barbecues and grill outs. There's a place in Nebraska called Ole's, OLE''S. It's in I think it's Paxton, Nebraska. And the guy used to the guy who kind of Ole whatever, like, he used to big game hunt with Teddy Roosevelt, I think is the story. So all over the restaurant is taxidermied animals. There's, I think, a zebra, like elephant. So I bet Teddy would bring some of the wildest things that maybe you shouldn't bring to a 4th of July barbecue, which brings us to this question.
We got Zach Miller joining in with a question.
Is 4G flooring, right?
Yep, 4G flooring and installation. So if you're looking for any hardwood or LVP flooring installed, Zach would be a great person to reach out to. Works very, very hard, and he's been installing for a very, very long time. And 4G, he is the 4th generation, so 3 generations above him have installed flooring. So he's got plenty of experience in it. So shout out to Zach. He wants to know what a big no-no of a 4th of July barbecue would be. His example was bringing deviled eggs to sit outside in the hot sun. You got any no-nos, Andrew?
That probably. I know they say potato salad's a no-no too, but I've also heard that because of the mayo, but people also say that that's not true, that mayo can sit out.
I've ate it while it was outside and warm.
I'm not rolling the dice on it.
Yeah.
Milk. If you have chocolate milk or something out, I don't know, for the kids, I wouldn't do that.
I'm gonna say don't not bringing your own drinks. I know some people tell you not to bring, like, oh, we're good, we got plenty of stuff. You should always bring your own drinks.
Or bring something and leave it with the hosts.
Yeah, exactly.
I know people who will pour a bag of chips and then pour them back in the bag when they leave. Like, no, just
Also, if you're gonna show up to a 4th of July party, wear some America stuff, so wear some red, white, and blue, wear some jean shorts.
wear some American red, white, and blue. Don't be showing up to American Grill Out with a France flag on.
That would be an interesting. Brady,
Yeah.
you got any no-nos?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Zach wanted to clarify, by the way, 15 years. He's been doing it 15 years.
That's
We're
awesome.
old.
Congrats, Zach. Also, no more Hy-Vee cookies at the 4th of July barbecue. That is a terrible effort. Terrible effort. Subpar cookies.
I feel
deserves
personally
better.
called out.
So what cookies would you bring, Brady?
You
Just
home
make
making some?
Make them.
Sugar cookies.
That's good. I love sugar cookies. Do
Sugar
you like to
Yeah.
bake? Do you
Okay.
like to bake, Mizzy?
hmm
There
Yes,
you go.
they bake stuff all the time.
My sister
Jen-
just made a s'mores cookie. It was fantastic.
Oh, they
Brown-
love eating
Brown
s'mores.
butter chocolate chip. Come on.
Jen just got a mixer for her bridal shower, and now I'm expected to start baking now on top of cooking. So I'm really excited for that. So,
She got it or you got it? Depends on
We
if you
got
want to bake it.
I cook. I don't bake. Baking is a totally different thing.
Look, on the Hy-Vee cookies, because Zach says I agree. Costco puts salt in theirs, which makes them awesome.
You don't think
I-
Hy-Vee puts any salt in their cookies?
I don't think so. I mean, and maybe this is why you should avoid them, but half the time they don't taste like they're baked. I kind of like that. They got great M&M or
Yeah.
great peanut butter cookies.
The only issue I've had with Costco's baked goods is it seems like this probably doesn't apply to the cookies. It seems like they all go bad very, very quickly.
Yeah,
Like
we
I've
got
gotten
yeast
their-
in our house, like
Yeah.
the muffin, the mold, all yeah.
I love Costco though. So,
Daisy says yes.
what's the most American food you can think of?
Mm.
I have a weird one, and I don't know. You guys might correct me on this. There's some casseroles that have to be just like the most American thing you've ever seen, right? Like tater tot casserole.
Zach, you're already getting our business. We agree.
Tater tot casserole, that had to have been invented in America, right?
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
gonna
what?
go- I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with tater tot casserole.
Hot dogs.
Yep, she loves
Were
hot
hot
dogs
dogs invented in America?
or chicken tenders.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know if
pretty-
those are in America. Look, I would say, I think if there's one way that we could break through to the North Korean people, it would be dropping pamphlets out of airplanes showing American barbecues, showing Americans eating cheeseburgers. That is how you heal a nation. That is how you get a nation to uprise against the authoritarian government, is you show them the goodness of cheeseburgers. So I don't think that there's anything more American than a big, juicy cheeseburger.
Okay. Brady, what do you got?
I like barbecue, like cheeseburgers. I also would like to give a shout out to ranch for this answer. Not really a
That's
food,
a great
but,
answer.
but ranch. I mean, you're getting that nowhere else.
Is that the most Iowan food?
But it's pretty American though, too.
I'm with you, Brady.
Yep.
Yes.
Jethro's also has a fantastic ranch. Jethro's, I think, might take the cake for ranch.
Jesse makes homemade ranch. That is incredible.
804 Maine in Norwalk also makes a homemade ranch. Every time I go to eat there, I get like a little extra thing. I tell them to give me it to go.
We always buy extras at Bebop's so we can keep them around.
That's good.
Bebop's Ranch is
too.
good.
Yeah.
Bebop's Ranch is really, really good. Okay. What is more American, a white picket fence or a front porch with a flag?
So the most American thing would be to drop the or and say white picket fence with a front porch with a flag. But I would say front porch with a flag.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
those
would
are
say that too. The white picket fence is like the stereotypical American dream, though. So I think that's why that got added
Yeah.
into the question. Brady, what do you think?
Front porch with American flag.
Yeah.
American flag gets me going.
I feel like houses with front porches have so much appeal because like we got away from like that main street, type, your neighbors because you see them on the front porch. Whereas we've gone to like the, just your front door, you go in the back, we have all this privacy and that's where you hang out, and I can appreciate that. But I do feel like
back to the front porch. This is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I do feel like we used to our house in Norwalk. Like that's one of that kids' favorite memories about that house is it had a covered front porch. Like you could sit out there when it's pouring rain and not get wet. Like it wouldn't even get snow on it in the winter. And it's just you could see people walking by. It was just very relaxing. But you could be friends with your neighbors. And don't get me wrong, like I'm a pretty private person when I'm home. Like I don't necessarily want to talk to people. It's like I get all my extrovertedness out when I go to places. When I come home, I kind of want to just do what I want to do. But I do think it'd be healthy for neighborhoods to have front porches.
I don't disagree with you. I was actually thinking the other day because I drove by a street that had this. I want to organize a block party on my street. I haven't had someone be a part of or organize a block party since I was like 8 years old. Brady, have you ever been a part of a block party?
I don't think like officially our neighbors would get together and do like a bonfire type of thing, but block party, I think I went to my friend's neighborhood and they did it once and it was a blast. So I'm all for the block parties, especially
Andrew?
when we've got good neighbors.
Yeah, a couple of times. And our church has like a trailer for block parties. So if you want to rent the trailer, you just kind of it has inflatables and different things in their tables and tents and stuff to set up. And so that's what we did on our street. I think it was last year. Found out there's a bunch of people on our street that go to our church. So again, that shows you how much I talk to neighbors. But I'm like the quiet neighbor, he's kept to himself. He's real quiet.
I always wave. I just don't talk much to my neighbors,
I
unfortunately.
had a neighbor walk by the other day because I was spraying my weeds, and she's like, "Would you stop spraying your weeds? Because it's going to make us all look really bad." And I'm like, I hate weeds with a passion.
If you guys want to know how much Andrew hates weeds, every time he drives by my house, he calls me and says, I need to weed my house. So don't drive by my house right now.
Everybody would tell you that too, I bet.
Not everyone.
So here's the thing about that, because I was telling Jesse the other day, I wonder if people look at my yard and think like, oh, it's annoying how much time he spends out there. The same way that I look at other people who have just weeds that look like they don't spend any time. I wonder like if it annoys them just as much that I care about my yard. Maybe they don't see it as caring. Maybe they see it as obsessing.
So what are we talking? Like scale of 1 to 10, how perfect is your yard? Because I've shown houses where it was like you could have sent me a picture and convinced me it was on a golf course. Like, are we talking that? Or
I think it's getting there. Like when we moved in, like there was no grass between my house and the tree in the front yard because the tree was so overgrown. Now it's super full. Our backyard has bare spots because of our dog. It wouldn't have them right now if I could water my lawn, but it's close. It's close.
I don't think you're in the category of being too annoying then yet. I think
I
if
don't.
you had like a golf course level yard, then it's like, okay, calm down.
Yeah, I don't have like a mower that like cuts it so short.
Are you doing the diagonal cut, the show off cut? Are you doing that?
I mean, I do a different direction every time. so your wheels don't go in the same grooves over and over again.
Right. Yeah. I always do one horizontal, one. I just did that backwards. But anyways, like I switch up.
I do a lot of checkered patterns. So if I do it diagonal and I need to cut it twice,
Okay, maybe you're trying a little too hard.
I'm trying. So I'm gonna hit up Parker this fall to come dethatch, air it, and overseed for me. So Brady's got it.
Shout out Parker, PK Solutions. Any of your lawn care needs, he does everything. Give you a Springer deal, Springer real estate team deal.
All right. So in your opinion, is it better to live on the parade route or live far away from the parade route to avoid traffic? AC?
Live on the parade route.
And you just wander right out.
I wish I lived on the parade route. I live very, very close to the parade route. I don't live on the parade route though.
Not anymore though. I mean, they used to go right by your house, right by your street. Now it goes down 8.
It went down 4th Street, didn't it? Well,
Yeah.
I guess yeah. I mean, it went down Vine to 4th Street. Yeah.
My best friend grew up on Vine Street, and so his family would always have a big grill out, and we'd get there early enough to just park in the driveway, and then when it was time, we'd just wander out to the curb. And his whole curb was his family, and so that was fun. I mean, if you live on the parade route, you only have to worry about traffic one day a year.
I was gonna say, just one day a year. I will say in Norwalk though, if you live on the certain parts of the parade route are also parts of the Run Norwalk race that they do every year. So it's twice a year. I'm trying to think. There's got to be some other reasons that street is always closed down. Well, and then in Norwalk, if you're on the parade route, you're also most likely in the way of football games. So it's just a high traffic area.
But I was literally going to say that because the route goes right by the stadium. So
yeah, but so maybe that would be a little inconvenient. But I would like to live on the parade route. It's one day a year, and you can just chill and be right outside your front yard and check it all out. You know what I am on the route of this year, but I'm probably not going to be home for it, is the Des Moines Marathon. Runs
really?
Right by my front yard. This is the second year that it's done that.
So would you rather live right next to the farmers market in Valley Junction or just a little down the street?
I like where I'm at in comparison to the farmers market because I'm not going to call in a noise complaint or anything, but I can still sit in my backyard and clearly hear the music that is like 11 blocks down. So
and you don't got to worry so much about, like, I think you're at a perfect spot where you don't have to worry about people parking.
Oh no. I mean, every Thursday there's still people parking right in front of my house.
Not if you're, not 6th Street and 4th Street, like
around. It's not terrible. It's like ours is like the very last people that show up park in front of our house, but it doesn't end up going much farther.
Which goes to show that you're close enough to walk, right? So it's like if they're parking there to walk, like I think that'd be fun just to wander down there, not have to worry about parking.
Every time, I will tell you this about it's just the way weather works, but it seems like every time that farmers market starts is when it starts to get obscenely hot outside. Like that's where the farmers market starts, and then we have really, really hot days, like right away. So
it's still going on, isn't it?
Oh yeah. The Valley
fall.
Junction Farmers Market goes until October, into September. So, Brady, what do you think?
I'd probably say live off the parade route.
Have you ever been to the West Des Moines Parade?
I have not. I've actually been to 2 parades in my life. One was last year. The other one was when I was like 6. So
all right, you got to practice tonight. You got to just practice waving.
What do you?
Andy.
Wait, hey!
What did your parents do with you guys on the 4th?
we'd go over to my aunt and uncle's house.
But never.
I went to the Walk You one last year and it was really fun. So,
well, I need you to watch YouTube videos on parades so that you are ready to go tomorrow.
Oh, I'll be ready, and I'm hoping to find the correct attire. I have an idea in my mind, but I don't want to give it away yet.
Dude,
It's very 4th of July.
go all out, make them remember you. Who's all coming? By the way, we were talking about this earlier, Tommy and I. Who are you bringing?
What
Are you
To the
bringing?
parade. Who's coming with you?
Are you trying to? Are you trying to?
Oh
see if-
no, I thought you were bringing. I thought you were bringing people.
Oh, I didn't know I could bring people. Should I bring some people?
Andrew, you told me he was bringing like 6 people.
I thought your parents were coming.
My what?
I thought you were bringing your parents and your girlfriend.
I mean, I wasn't planning on it, but I can bring some people.
So we've never met Brady's girlfriend. It's kind of the running joke.
Yeah, I was wondering if that's what you were getting
No,
at.
I wasn't going there. Tommy's bringing. Me and Jen are coming. I've got my sister's in town with all her kids and husband, and so all my siblings will be there with all their kids. The only kid missing is Mally. She's on a missions trip right now. Parents will be there. We'll have a couple. Maisie's bringing a friend,
Mhm.
and
Nice.
we'll have a couple other friends walking with us. Danny's
Sweet.
bringing her family. So
Sweet.
I think we got enough candy this year. I think we have close to what we had last year candy wise, and we have less people. So to
We
throw
should
it
be.
out, we'll
Do you guys
try
have
to.
a favorite 4th of July candy? Sorry to interrupt, but do you have a favorite?
Oh, that is a great question, Brady. What is our favorite 4th?
Because I feel like that's different than like normal candy. Because normally I'm going Reese's peanut butter cup, but
But you don't want to get that at the parade.
it's
Maisie's been working a little bit on some of the candy. She's got it. She's been.
the trolleys.
Yeah.
I
we
love
got
those. It's a good pick.
I know.
Costco's got a pretty good variety bag. You know, I don't think we had a single Costco bag last year because we got all the like assorted individual stuff from Sam's, and we're probably at 40 bags of the Costco candy. Sam's had a really good bag too.
I'm gonna go Twizzlers for parade candy.
So Sam's they have, I think, is it 5 flavors of Twizzlers in their
Oh, yeah.
package?
Yeah.
So we got some of those.
Brady, what do you want at the parade for candy?
I think are they called Fruities that we have? We have a couple of them that we're
Oh
throwing.
yeah,
Are they the
yeah. Tyler
Fruities?
got a bunch of
Little, like,
Fruity.
I got. What's one that you're going to throw back if you get in the parade? If you're watching the parade and someone throws at you,
probably a Twizzler.
Dude, come on.
That's
Throw
like-
back.
okay,
throw
there's
back-
one. The orange cream Twizzler is really good, but just the normal Twizzler, I don't know. They're always stale. I don't think I've ever had a Twizzler that's actually like.
the Haribo. I think the Haribo gummies are always like super hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tootsie Rolls were my throwback.
Brady, have you ever had a Red Vine?
I have no.
Those are good.
You should try Red Vines. Red Vines are actually sneaky better than Twizzlers, but I always just say Twizzlers because I don't want people to make fun of me. All right. What's the best part of 4th of July? Is it the barbecues, the fireworks, or the parade? Or you could toss in any other thing you want that you think is the best part of 4th of July.
Mm,
I enjoy the parade. It's a little more work when you're in it. I'm always glad to be done. I'm over fireworks. I think barbecues are. I think just eating American food is fun.
I like all of it. I like it.
It's your favorite holiday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Favorite holiday?
Except
Same.
for her. Except for her.
The July holidays.
Brady, what's your favorite part?
I'm looking at barbecue and fireworks right now. I feel like it's not the 4th of July if you don't have fireworks, though. Like I
All
feel
my
like you could
favorite
trade
All
out
my
barbecue.
favorite firework memories are watching them at a barbecue. Like,
Yeah,
that's the
Yeah.
thing. So I'm gonna go barbecue. Just hanging out with family, eating American food, listening to music, and then you happen to see some fireworks get set off later in the night. That's the best.
It's
4th of
pretty
July.
low key. Low key is good with me.
Mhm.
All right. That was our 4th of July episode. I think it was a lot of fun. Appreciate everyone that chimed in with comments. Basically just Zach this episode, but we appreciate it. And if you go ahead and like our page, that would be much appreciated. Keep watching and have a great 4th of July. We hope to see you at the West Des Moines Parade tomorrow. Andrew, when does it start?
That's for the 4th of July.
It is the 4th of July parade. That's tomorrow, July 3rd.
Yeah. So it's the Independence Day parade, really.
Yeah.
So the parade starts at 6:30. As you know, there's a lot of floats, and so it's just going to take a little time for them to roll out. And it goes until about 8:30 once all the floats come through. We're going to do our absolute best to make sure we have candy for all the people at the end. That was our plan and our hope last year, because I feel like those people are probably the ones getting gypped. We want to make sure the people at the end are taken care of, just like we do all of our clients. We want to make sure they're all taken care of. So, yeah. If you see us, holler at us.
Yell as loud as you can.
Because we will give you a little more than everybody else.
If you see us in the parade and you yell as absolutely loud as you can in excitement, that's basically like a referral for us. So we really, really appreciate that.
It's like people saying like, hey, yeah, they're great to work with.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
And if that's not true in your opinion, just keep your mouth shut and just cheer.
Yeah. Or still just yell as loud as you can.
Yeah.
So, all right. Great episode. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great 4th.
We'll see you tomorrow.